I'd love to know how to do all those things. I've been curious about. Quero mostrar inclusive uma frase que tem nesse livro muito boa. Le français maintenant parce qu'il faut vraiment faire ça, les gars. Ich hatte auch dieses Gefühl mit Englisch und mit Französisch. Nice class. I was the one who was late, so no problem. Que he leído hoy por la mañana. Bueno, aún es mañana, pero. Welcome back to another video. I decided to do this vlog out of the sudden. I wasn't planning on doing it, but I realized that it's been a while since I last posted this polyglot vlog of mine where I talked in English, but I also tried speaking a little bit in all the other languages I speak. And today I decided to do the same thing. So I'm going to be studying right now, but before I do, I'd like to share something else with you. But let me just talk about the study plan I have for today. So, today I have Portuguese and German to study. What? Why are you going to study Portuguese? Maybe you asked that question. Guys, I am really interested in Portuguese since I was a kid. So, that's one of the reasons why I started loving languages in the first place, because I liked Portuguese. So I've been watching this woman. She's a Portuguese teacher, and her name is Lara Brenner. She talks about Portuguese, of course, and she has a bunch of classes on some really pivotal, can I call it that? Some really crucial stuff about Portuguese, about the Portuguese language. But it's not just grammar stuff, like the type of thing that you usually would see when people are talking about Portuguese. Like, what is the difference between ao invés and em vez de? Not that kind of thing. She talks about a more philosophical part about the Portuguese language, which I myself am quite a big fan of. So yes, I don't know why I'm short in breath. Okay, this is a fun fact. Whenever I speak English, my voice kind of changes. I don't speak the same way as I speak in Portuguese. I don't know, maybe you guys have realized this, or maybe I'm just the only one who thinks my voice changes. But anyways, I think that when I speak in English, and I know this, I don't just think this, I know this, all like my concentration, it goes to the back of my mouth, I would say. So like here, kind of, like beginning of my throat, it's here somewhere. And I feel like this forces a little bit. It's not very natural to me. Let's just put it like that, because when I say natural, I mean my mother language doesn't ask that from me. So when I speak in Portuguese, I kind of don't use this part of my mouth that much. Not that I don't use it, but I feel like the concentration is more here than there, back there, you know. So whatever. Going back to the Portuguese thing, as I said, I really enjoy my language. I like Portuguese very much. And that's exactly why I've been taking notes, some notes of some things that I've been learning recently. Not about the grammar itself, as I said, but about just some philosophical things, such as the fact that if you don't know how to master your language, if you don't master Portuguese, you will have a hard time expressing your thoughts and what you feel and describing the world around you as well. So like, it's very important to know how to name things correctly. Sometimes we fool ourselves calling something something when that actually is not exactly that. I don't know if you get the point, if you get what I'm saying, but this is really important. And not to mention that I love to express myself better in Portuguese. Like, I have such an attraction to people who know how to speak Portuguese well. In English, in German, in Spanish, in French, if I really want to be good at those languages, I'm really gonna have to dedicate myself. And some of these languages ask more from me than others. I don't even need to say, I guess this is understood by everyone, that out of all these languages, German can be the hardest one. right? So if I want to be, for example, good at German, I would have to put into so much effort. I would have to really prioritize this language. I saw the other day a quote by Jordan Peterson talking about this. He said, if you can write, speak, and read, you're fatal. Something like this. Like in Portuguese it is, se você consegue escrever, falar e ler, você é fatal. Você é fatal. I've been curious about all those three things my whole life, so to speak. Or at least since I was 13, 14. I've always loved this. People who knew how to communicate themselves. People who knew how to speak multiple languages, how to write well, and how to read well. And by reading, I don't only mean like reading out loud and doing it beautifully. Just the fact that you read a text and you can interpret what it means. You can get the message, you can extract, and you can not be mistaken by your own understanding. Now, since we're talking about reading, I recently bought this book, Frankenstein. I am so surprised. I watched the movie and the movie made me want to read the book. That and the fact that I saw a girl that talks about reading here on YouTube talking about this being one of her favorite books, and I was like, if that is approved by you, I trust the book. I mean, it's not what I thought it would be. I don't want to give you guys any spoilers in case you want to read the book, or I mean, it's an old book. Maybe you've read it already. I thought the author would start off the book by talking about the monster, by talking about the monster that, Victor created, and no, but it's not exactly that. It doesn't go straight to the point. I want to keep reading it and see what because it makes me look forward to it. For some reason, I just feel like this book is gonna be probably one of my favorites. It is the next day, and I'm very mad at the fact that I just recorded a 9-minute clip and the mic wasn't working. So I pretty much will have to say all that I've just said again. It's okay, guys. It's okay because I want to say it. Bueno, estaba hablando de este libro aquí que he leído hoy por la mañana. Bueno, aún es mañana, pero bueno, lo he leído cuando pues he llegado de mi caminada con mi perra, la verdad. Y bueno, lo he leído, he practicado mi español, he intentado pues hablar, pues leer en voz alta. Y también, tíos, aprender muchas cosas con este libro porque es un libro sobre neurociencia. A mí me encantan los temas que ahí están siendo desarrollados por esa psiquiatra, Marian Rojas Estapé, que me encanta. Y pues es uno de los temas que a mí más me interesan últimamente, principalmente porque, no sé, tíos, a mí me encanta el funcionamiento de la mente, cómo todo eso funciona, los fenómenos que pueden pasar a la mente, todo eso a mí me parece encantador. Y esa tía tiene un conocimiento sobre ese tema que es no voy a decir una palabra muy fea aquí, tíos. A veces me pongo a escuchar uno de los podcasts que está Marian Rojas, porque me encanta oír a esa chica hablando, es como encantador, como he dicho. Primeramente porque su español es muy bonito y segundamente porque, bueno, como he dicho, tiene una facilidad de explicar las cosas que no es tan habitual, yo diría, pues tiene esa facilidad de enseñar cosas, de explicar, tiene una habilidad de contar historias también y ya habla de uno de los temas más interesantes del mundo. Últimamente también lo que he hecho por los idiomas es como que encajar cositas pequeñas en mi día a día para poder practicarlos sin necesariamente tener que pues sentarme en la silla pues a mi escritorio y pues estudiar. No he hecho esas cosas últimamente por los idiomas. Lo que hago es la realidad, leer alguna cosa, un libro o escuchar un podcast, me encantan los podcasts, o simplemente mirar un vídeo, algo en ese idioma, y especialmente cuando es sobre uno de los temas que a mí me encantan, como por ejemplo la neurociencia, la psicología, la psiquiatría, ese tipo de cosas. Es muy interesante, muy curioso. Y cuando, bueno, está en español, Dios, pues claro que lo voy a ver. I woke up today and I did something that I had never done for German. I listened to this podcast, this Christian podcast, right when I woke up. So my mind was totally fresh and it felt so relaxing, so nice to get that impact, that, German voice in my head right away when I wake up. And also, it was so unusual because, as I said, it was a Christian podcast, so I had never heard anyone talk about God or Christianity in German. So I saw many of the words that I've recently learned or that I learned a long time ago, being like 2 months ago, being used, being applied in that podcast. Now I can listen to a podcast like that one I just mentioned and catch the words, catch the message that is being passed, and just the story, and anyways, just the context. I don't understand everything, okay? I don't get all the words. I simply get the overall message that is being transmitted. I'm about to leave the house now to go buy a pair of sneakers. Yeah, and since my mom is already going to run some errands, I'm going to take credit of the trip and I will go by the store and buy these Snickers. Hallo Leute, ich bin zurück und jetzt versuche ich Deutsch zu sprechen. Also heute bin ich super spät aufgewacht und ich hatte einen Unterricht und ich war nicht punktual und ich hasse es, wenn ich nicht punktual bin. Meine Studentin, sie hat mich erwartet und sie war da und ich war schlafen. Aber zum Glück habe ich das Unterricht gegeben und deswegen fühle ich mich nicht so schlecht oder less bad about it. Ich muss heute neue Vokabeln auf Deutsch zu lernen, weil ich habe das nicht gemacht seit vielleicht 3 Tage oder so. Deutsch ist einfach ganz, ganz schwierig und manchmal, ich habe das Gefühl, dass ich keinen Fortschritt mache oder dass ich nicht vorankomme, bin. Keine Ahnung, ob das Sinn ergibt oder nicht. Ich hatte auch dieses Gefühl mit Englisch und mit Französisch und deshalb, ich kann nicht aufgeben, weil ich weiß, dass dieses Prozess nicht so leicht ist, besonders wenn es geht darum, Deutsch zu lernen. When it comes to learning German. Für mich das Wichtige ist einfach machen, jeden Tag ein bisschen Stück für Stück. Ich weiß, dass wenn man konzentriert und consistent ist, I don't know how to say consistent, I forgot, dann man kann Erfolg erreichen. For example, the girl was like, oh my god, my birthday is coming up. I'm so excited. I don't know. Everybody's gonna be there. And then the guy was like, you found out?
Rain on her parade.
He rained on her parade. Can you read it?
Within minutes, they were laughing, sharing stories, and making plans to grab coffee after. I don't remember.
Hit it off. We have Dani here.
Hello.
Hello to the vlog. What did you think of the class today?
I think that it was awesome.
It was
like
awesome?
Every day.
You need to take a break because you will prioritize the architecture projects. Okay. Bonjour, comment allez-vous les gars? J'espère que vous allez très bien. Ouais, je parle français maintenant parce qu'il faut vraiment faire ça les gars. Je ne fais pas ça. Il y a, je pense, peut-être 2 semaines, je dois finir le podcast que je commence à écouter en français. Et c'est sur un sujet trop intéressant. J'aimais vraiment pas mal. Et maintenant, je pense que je vais faire ça parce que, comme vous avez voyé, j'ai donné un cours d'anglais. Et maintenant, j'ai du temps libre. Alors, je vais utiliser ce temps-là pour pratiquer le français. Et je dois vous montrer le livre que j'ai acheté en français. Je pense que vous savez que j'ai acheté un livre en français, quoi. Alors, c'est ça, le livre que j'ai acheté en français. Il y a, je pense, peut-être 1 mois ou presque 2 mois. C'est vraiment intéressant, mais j'ai pas fini aussi. Alors, je peux pas dire quelque chose de très concrète sur le livre. Alors j'ai remarqué cette phrase-là et je vais vous lire parce que c'est vraiment pas mal les gars, c'est super intéressant. L'envie ne suffit pas, mais elle est à l'origine de toute création. Bien sûr, il y a encore une autre phrase que j'ai envie de vous lire. Abandonner tes certitudes et découvrir chaque chose pour la première fois comme un enfant qui vient de naître et s'émerveille de tout. Je connais pas cette mot-là, les gars. Et la dernière, et après ça, je vais arrêter de parler français. Maintenant que tu as fait le choix d'être là, pourquoi ne vivrais-tu pas cette expérience dans la joie plutôt que la contrainte?
Of yours, it seems very interesting and very hard, like to deal with the people going to the jail, to resolve all these things that you have to do, to be on duty. That sounds like a lot, but it's also very interesting.
Chegou a hora mais esperada do dia, minha hora favorita do dia, que se chama tomar café da manhã. É minha refeição favorita, simplesmente. O cafezinho tá aqui, eu não sei se esse microfone tá gravando. E eu vou aproveitar para ler um pouquinho esse livro aqui. E eu quero mostrar, inclusive, uma frase que tem nesse livro muito boa sobre aprender idiomas. Eu tô amando ele. Mas now I'm gonna go back to English and explain what is going on here. Lately, I've been having only this type of breakfast, which is so delicious. Like a cup of coffee, no sugar, I love it. And, just pure coffee. Then 2 slices of bread, 1 slice of cheese, 1 fried egg, and 1, I do not remember how to say this in English right now, but that's basically it. Very excited to eat. I'm hungry. I just had a class and it was awesome. Now I'm gonna eat and then I'll probably wrap up the video by now because it's time to say goodbye.
The city lights are twinkling bright. We'll chase the moon through the night. Our hearts are light, the rhythm sweet. With every step, the world's our street. The ocean whispers tales untold as we dance on